Good afternoon, my friends. Duckville here. We have got a PvP coming your way today. It is on Derelict Watcher TE. This is from the Korean server, and this is going to be a battle of a couple of very, very highly skilled players. Up at the top right-hand side, we have our Red Protoss player here. I can't remember which team he's in now. Oh my god, it's just totally slipped my head. And of course, I can't read his Korean clan name. But either way, it is MADBULL. Formerly known as Mad Cow, was in Dream Team Gaming that I was a part of for a little while as well, he's quite an interesting Protoss player. Has a little bit of has a quirky weird. He had a ceremony one time when he was playing in, I think it was GSTL, where he like got on the floor and like lifted his leg up or something like that, and it was really weird. But he's a funny guy. I did speak to him a couple of times, but yeah, he's pretty cool. He's a very aggressive Protoss. I gotta say that one, because he loves some aggressive builds. We'll see what he gets up to here. Down at the bottom left hand side, as our blue Protoss player here, it's starting up a gateway extremely early. From Team Clarity Gaming, it is Kontinue. Recently released a replay pack over on Team Liquid. You can find it over there. Just search for Clarity Gaming Kontinue, or something around that kind of line, and I'm sure you'll find it over there. But he is going a very aggressive build himself. We'll see what he wants to get up to. Kontinue is a player who, if you jump on his stream, he has some very good micro, has some really high class usage of Blink Stalkers in particular. So I am assuming we're going to see some Blink Stalker action coming out of Kontinue here today. MADBULL, well, he's gone for the double gas as you normally would do in PvP. He's got his gateway just about to finish up. Of course, it's quite a while behind Kontinue, so this is going to be very interesting timing as to what Kontinue is up to. He does have that Cybercore on the way, just under halfway done. He'll be coming along in around about 20 seconds or so, and once that completes, we will be able to determine exactly what Kontinue is going to be doing here. But this map has a little bit of exposure to some blink play. We've got just a little bit of an area across to the side. You can also come up through the natural as well. But it is a little bit exposed to Blink Stalkers. We do see it quite a lot in PvT as well. A lot of players do love the old, sometimes a 1-base, but normally a 2-base Blink play. Comes out from some Protoss players in the PvT matchup. But here, we will see in a second as Kontinue does smash down that cyber and is going to put down all of that chrono boost on it. So I think we are going to see a very early gateway play coming out from him. Not anything blink related. We're just going to have 3 gate pressure coming out from the Clarity Gaming player. MADBULL scouting through and is going to see that. He's going to say, wow, there's actually still a little bit of chrono boost available on the Nexus. We've got this Cybercore already being boosted, so I'm going to have to react pretty damn quickly to be able to deal with this kind of play. So what we'll see from MADBULL, I would presume, is going to be just a little bit of a stop probes for the moment. He's got currently 2 and 2 in his gas, so he has a little bit of gas coming in, but not a huge amount. And he's going to quickly respond by putting down his own double gateway, because he does need to get enough out to be able to deal with this incoming threat, because these gates are going to be flowering open into the warp gates very quickly. MADBULL also dropping down an assimilator to block off that gas for a short time, which is very clever on his behalf, I think. And even is, wow, he's going to grab a kill on that Stalker, or at least he probably will. Where's that Stalker? He's just heading off to the side, trying to escape for now. The sentries, of course, did stick at the front door. They want to try and block out any units from coming across, and MADBULL, well, he's certainly got his work cut out for him right now, because Kontinue just microing about quite nicely with that Stalker, keeping that alive. The sentries are not able to block off, and somehow the probe from Kontinue gets up to the top of the ramp, and now it looks as if he is going to get inside, and this aggressive 3-gate play is now about to come into fruition here as we start to warp in some more units. We can see now that MADBULL is attempting to get a Twilight Council up down at the back, but does he have enough units to be able to deal with this? The problem is that he is now going to be very far behind on his units. He's got 2 sentries out, and that is it. He can certainly warp in a couple more Stalkers here as time moves on, but that means that he's going to be delaying any further progress towards that Blink tech, or possibly DTs if he decides to go in that direction. But Continue will keep the pressure on here. Just going to sit here at the front door. There's no need to go over aggressive. One thing that he may want to try and do is just come across and snipe down this pylon here. It's very exposed, and you know, it's not only providing the supply, but if he can take this one out and then also get the second one up to the top, all of these buildings will be unpowered. But here we go, now pushing forwards. The mothership core only has 53 energy, and so MADBULL is just kind of... This is what you do see quite a lot in PvP battles when there's a lot of early aggression like this, is you try and just have, when you're behind on the unit count, you try and just have as many little back and forth pushes as it can, just trying to threaten your opponent to get out of position here. But MADBULL perhaps a little bit too far forwards with his mothership core. It takes a little bit of damage here. The Stalkers are now going to march forwards. Continue decides it's time to really commit to this. The energy has almost peaked for this mothership core, and we will have 100 very soon. But the Stalkers just microing back, keeping that hurt Zealot at the back as well, which I really do like. And Continue, despite losing a couple of units, is looking very good right here. The one thing that could be a little bit worrisome is that there is going to be blink tech available for MADBULL very, very soon. But now he has lost a gateway. He can't even rebuild that. He had to cancel one there. The Stalker count is getting very low for our Protoss play here. But if the mothership core can activate that photon overcharge, which it will, there it is, he should be able to hold up for just a little bit longer while he gets his blink tech up and running. If he can get that third gate also out, he may be able to salvage this somehow. But I mean, it's going to be a tough one because, of course, Continue is still able to just consistently get a heap of units out. Of course, producing 3 units at a time as opposed to his opponent's simple 2. And the other problem is that MADBULL is, he was struggling to bring in his gas a little bit earlier, but has now invested a little bit further into the DT tech. If the DTs can come out, they may be able to save the game, but I still think it's going to be difficult. Once this photon overcharge wears off, which it is just about to, it is going to be full steam ahead here for Continue. The blink is now active. As we can see here, MADBULL is going to need some incredible micro to be able to keep all of these guys alive and win this fight. He's going to switch over one of those, the new gateway into the warp gate. Dark Shrine is now completed. A couple of DTs may warp in here to try and save the day. It looks as if, wow, he targets one of them down. How did he... Wait, is there an observer here? What am I missing? Oh, he must have walked in as Zealot instead. That was a little bit odd. But MADBULL trying to run around. The probes will run off to the side here, but there's just so many units to deal with. He's not going to be able to deal with this too easily. And as we can see, no real threat over on Continue's side of the map, as the first DT did finally come out, but he's continually running back and forth. The probes are now on their way out. MADBULL just trying to find some way to save the day here, trying to occupy his opponent while the DT tries to clean up the rest of the units. But I even think if even if that one DT was slowly somehow able to get rid of all these units, the game is already over. The probes are now on their way back inside. They're not going to get too far. Zealots and Stalkers at the top of the ramp are going to be blocking them out for now. And now, as we can see, MADBULL, well, he's fought as best as he could, but I mean, as we can see, these DTs very slow on their attacks. They do a lot of damage, but as I said, they're very slow. But it looks as if, well, MADBULL's going to send his Stalkers across to the opponent's side of the map. Continue wisely is getting a robo facility up and running so that he can get an observer out. And now he's taken out his opponent's Nexus here, and should just, yeah, he's just going to run back home. Once you've killed that off, I don't really think there's any need to try and, you know, sit around and kill the rest of the buildings. But the force field coming off there for Continue, able to buy himself some time as the 6 Stalkers will make their way inside. I don't think there's any way, they can certainly... He can kill all these units here with correct micro, but I don't think he can actually win the war. Of course, that old phrase, you can win the battle but not the war, and it looks as if MADBULL is going to do his best to win this battle here, just microing about, blinking around, trying to take out some of the units, but the robo has now finished up the observer, and that is pretty much it. Any possible option of DT saving the day has now been taken out of contention, and that is it. MADBULL goes down to Clarity Gaming's Continue. Jump onto his stream there, and also say hello to him on Twitter. I'll catch you all next time. Here. As you can see, 47 damage to bio units and then the 34 damage against other standard targets. His storms have also been wonderful, just spreading them out across the battlefield, doing really, really nicely there. And for minigun, he's been sticking with a much more